Hey Pallav Kushal with you, and today also we are going to be discussing another very important topic which many online marketers they get stuck, especially once they are getting started, and often they take the wrong path, and which leads for them to lose their hard-earned money, and as a result they get frustrated in the beginning, and which is a not good thing for them to do. So in today's video we are going to be discussing how or what are the different steps you should take in order to order solo ad traffic. All right, so what the exact measurement you should be taking before placing an order, so that you can almost guarantee, if I can use the word guarantee, that you're going to be having a very good campaign with your solo ad vendor or with that traffic source. So the first thing which I want to tell you before you place an order with a solo ad vendor, usually what you do is you visit different Facebook groups and you search for the vendors, or somebody approaches you through Facebook about their traffic sources. So the first thing you should ask that person or the vendor that whether that person has a solo ad website or not. Now, why this is important is because a lot of the time these people who approaches you, or the people who are posting in the Facebook group, they are not the actual solo ad vendor. They do not own a solo ad list. What they do in turn, they work for someone, they work for some actual vendor for a commission, all right, or they do work as a broker in between. All right, so what happens, you end up paying a lot more money because this middleman takes a lot of money from your pocket, and obviously they give it to someone else who is going to supply the clicks to you. So if you know in advance that this person is not an actual vendor but a middleman in between, that's a complete no-no for you to order your clicks from, because you'll end up paying more money. And why should you order from a middleman where you can actually work with the vendor? So once you talk to this person and ask for his website, if you're talking to a serious solo ad vendor, 95%, 99% of the time he or she is going to have a website, because that shows that the person is really serious about the long-term longevity of the business, and he is doing it seriously, or she is doing it seriously. So a genuine solo ad vendor will always have some kind of a website to show it to. If he doesn't have a website, I as a buyer, I will not touch that vendor. That's number one. So first, ask for the solo ad website. Number two, once you are screening the different testimonials in different Facebook groups, the first thing you should search is not the opt-in percentage or kind of stuff like that, but you should always look at the sales number. How many sales this person is generating for its vendors? Meaning, if this person is having say 100 testimonials in the Facebook group, out of those 100, how many of his clients or his buyers have actually put in a testimonial for him which is showcasing a sales? All right, because your goal is obviously to convert your leads into sales, and whether you should see that whether that list is actually producing sales for the other buyers or not. That's number two. And number three, again, which is very important, you can always ask the vendor about their list size. That kind of gives you an idea about the kind of growth they have. And you can also ask the vendor that how many leads they are adding to their list on a daily basis. A successful solo ad vendor will always continue adding fresh leads into their autoresponders on a daily basis, if not daily, at least 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4 days a week. You can also ask the opportunity you are going to promote to that list or to that particular vendor. You can always ask that when is the last time that particular vendor has promoted that particular opportunity to his list. Now, if the vendor has promoted it like yesterday, often it's not a good idea to touch that particular offer or send it to the person. You can always come back to him after 7 days. Now, this is one way truth. The other way also, if he's a big vendor, if he's adding 300 to 400 or 500 leads a day to his list, then this doesn't really matter. All right, you can still go ahead. But if his list size is small, let's say 20,000 or less, or 10,000 or less. Plus, if he has promoted your opportunity like 2 days back or 3 days back, even 4 days back, then it's better to go to other vendor, or you can always come back and order to the vendor, let's say after 7 days or after 10 days, or for that matter after some time. That's always a good practice. Okay, that's the other point. The next thing which I want to talk to you before you place your order, you should always ask for a track link. Track link means you can see from the tracker services which the vendor has, and all the vendor has a tracker services. You can see how many actual clicks you are getting, their IP addresses, actual data in front of you. So the things are absolutely transparent for you. And of course, like I recommended in one of my videos earlier, you should always have your own tracker like ClickMyDeal, so you can track it yourself. But if you don't have that, or even if you have a tracker yourself, it's always better to ask for a tracker from a solo ad vendor, so you can track your details in advance. All right, so these are the points which you should be confirming before or placing your order with the solo ad vendor. And once you go through these exact steps, and once you maintain these policies before ordering your solo ads, you will see that almost every time you are going to have a winning campaign with the solo ad vendor. So I hope this video is going to be useful for you. If it is useful, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon, so whenever I'm going to upload a video, it directly goes to you and you get notification. And if you are in Facebook, if you're watching this in Facebook, feel free to share the video for the benefit of your community, and I'll see you in another video. Cheers.